A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Welcome to EBN TV Prime Edition. Now today we have a lot in store for you, and I hope you're going to keep me company till the very end. Starting us off, President William Samoei Ruto has approved the Additional County Government Allocation Act, allocating 46.3 billion shillings for the financial year 2023-2024. President Ruto signing the law said that this step aims to ensure equitable resource distribution, empower counties to provide services to their citizens, and promote development. 5 billion shillings will be used for their fertilizer subsidy program, which each county receiving its share. President Ruto called for a conducive working environment between the national and county governments to foster economic growth.
Parliament, yes. To the Speaker of the Senate.
The opportunity now to expend these 46 billion Kenya shillings that will go into various interventions in government. First, let me also congratulate the Council of Governors for working with us and the National Assembly and the Senate to make it possible for us to agree on moving these bills forward. The decision by the Council of Governors to withdraw court matters that had become a stumbling block on this issue is a very welcome development, and it goes to the spirit of both levels of government working together and both levels of government working also with the legislature so that we can find mechanisms of us working together without the acrimony that comes with taking ourselves to court.
Now, in a firm move, the chairman of the Finance Committee within the Council of Governors, Fernandez Baraza, stated that the governors stand firm on the demand for a larger share of devolved funds. Baraza issued a statement stressing the governors' stance, revealing that they will not settle for less than 450 billion shillings in the next financial year, 2024-2025. Dr. Israel with the full report.
In a decisive move, the chairman of the Finance Committee within the Council of Governors, Fernandez Baraza, has made it clear that the governors stand firm on their demand for a substantial allocation of devolved funds. Baraza issued a statement underlining the governors' unwavering stance, revealing that they will not settle for anything less than 450 billion shillings in the upcoming 2024-2025 financial year.
Sisi kama governors wote, we are still asking the national government to consider pesa ambazo zitasaidia the 47 counties to deliver on their mandates, na pesa ambazo tunahitaji in the 2024-2025 financial year.
The governors have called upon the national government to fulfill its mandate, particularly in light of additional responsibilities delegated to counties such as the management of medical equipment services. With these added tasks, the need for adequate funding becomes even more crucial.
The reason why we are asking for 450 billion ni kwa sababu we have responsibilities ambazo national government has given back to counties. Mambo ya medical equipment service, MES, is now going to be taken over by the counties.
Baraza expressed dissatisfaction with the current proposed allocation of 391 billion shillings, stating that it falls far short of the required amount. He emphasized that the governors will not accept anything less than the requested 450 billion shillings, asserting that even a mere 6 billion shilling increase would not suffice. The Commission of Revenue Allocation has suggested a slightly higher allocation of 413 billion shillings. However, Baraza dismissed this figure as inadequate, considering the extensive responsibilities entrusted to the counties.
450 billion Kenya shillings is our irreducible minimum for revenue share of 47 counties. National government is proposing 391 ambayo ni kidogo sana. It is just a paltry 6 billion increase. Commission of Revenue Allocation is now proposing 413 billion, including RMLF, Road Maintenance Levy. Hiyo pia tunasema it is not enough.
In response to these developments, Barasa has urged the Senate to play an active role in safeguarding devolution by advocating for a higher allocation of funds. He emphasized the importance of engaging in constructive dialogue to ensure that the counties receive the financial resources necessary to effectively deliver services to their constituents.
We are ready to have a conversation with our Senate, kwa sababu Senate kazi yao ni kutetea pesa kuja hapa. And this time round, we want our senators to stand up and be counted so that we can protect devolution na tupate pesa ya kusaidia shughuli za kufanikisha kazi ya ugatuzi.
Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei hinted on the Senate advocating for more funds to counties.
Naona ma-counties wanataka 450 billion. Mimi nataka nikuulize speaker, kwa sababu ulikuwa senator. Nataka nikuulize mtusaidie na hao wabunge akiongozwa na ndugu yetu hapa, tuhakikishe ma-counties zinapata pesa ya kutosha. Lazima tuhakikishe ya kwamba pesa ya kutosha inafika mashinani.
Dr. Ngani reporting for EBN TV.
Now, the government, thank you very much, Dr. Israel, for that beautiful report. The government, through the Ministry of Interior Security, has officially launched the National Border Security Plan, incorporating several critical aspects of border management. Secretary of the Ministry of Interior Security, Raymond Omolo, stated that the new curriculum will focus on the complexity of borders and their national sovereignty interest in ensuring border security has been strengthened.
Primarily do two things. So we were launching an updated curriculum on border management, and of course the program for the training of the ninth cohort of the team that works at all our border points, all the points of entry and exit across the country. And this team is from all the relevant agencies that are stationed at these border points. Now we are here, of course, today with our partners from IOM, who have worked with us this journey from as far back as 2014, when the BCOCC, or the Coordinated Border Management Operations, was set up. And at cohort number 9, you can basically be able to tell that this has been a long journey. And of course, they have given the commitment to support the training of the next 2 cohorts. Now, the curriculum and the program that we have launched is basically part of why it has been upgraded or updated, is to respond to the realities of the challenges on border management and control that continues to change from time to time in terms of complexity, but also to encourage working together across the various agencies within government internally, but also regionally, because we have border points with our neighbors in Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia, Somalia. So it takes care of all those, so that as we make it possible for people to move in and out, for trade to flourish, we are also alive to the challenges on security, so that then we continue to keep the country safe.
Our Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua held a meeting with senior security officials in Laikipia County to devise robust strategies to combat security challenges in the county. During yesterday evening's meeting, attended by government, county, religious and business security officials, the Deputy President warned about the intentions of security disruptors, emphasizing the government's commitment to ensuring no lives are lost due to security breaches.
I want to ask our officers to be good people and to live to their oath of office. When these leaders, when our church leaders approach you and give you intelligence, information in confidence, please make sure you guard the confidentiality of that information with your life, because these bandits are dangerous people, and if you expose your source of information, you make life very difficult for yourself.
Still dealing with security, 2 people were killed in bandit attacks in Samburu. The area, particularly Samburu West, is described as a reminder of the ancient West wilderness. That situation signifies a hazardous environment with a short-lived existence for its residents. The King reference suggests a comparison between the situation in Samburu and the themes of authority and violence discussed. The article begins with music, possibly indicating a change in discussing bandit attacks in Samburu.
Uchumi ya Kenya amepanda ile kitu amepanda Samburu ni kifo ya watu. Tafadhali sana serikali ya Kenya, sisi ni wana Kenya, toeni watu kwetu aende kwao.
We have to accept one thing, that the situation in Samburu West and particularly Morijo is indeed the ancient part of the world. Ile kwa Amerika naitwa the Wild West. In fact, mtu naitwa Marco Polo Machiavelli, in his book The Prince, he said that this is an environment where citizens actually have a very short life, brutish and crude.
Tulipoteza maisha ya watu wengi sana, na sijui basi kama wanangojea wananchi wote waweze kufa ndio wakuje. Tumeongea mara nyingi sana na serikali waweze kutoa wakora ambayo wanahangaisha watu, na hivyo ndio iko kwa sasa.
Now, Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki stated that to combat cattle theft, they are using similar measures as those used to address terrorism. Kindiki said that President William Ruto has given clear and firm instructions to deal with cattle rustling and theft. Highlighting the achievements, the Interior Minister noted that the increased number of arrests is evidence of the success of Operation Finish Crime.
Those who are perpetuating this criminal behavior, be they from the Marakwet side, which is where we are now, or from the Tiati side, the Pokot side, we are going to track them and use whatever methods possible to make sure that we disable them before they continue hurting the people of Kenya. Mkishirikiana na viongozi wa hapa, shida hii imepungua. Na mimi naona ya kwamba itaisha kabisa. Na serikali itaongeza idadi ya vituo vya kiusalama katika sehemu hii, na tutaleta hata vikosi vingine maalum. We will have to bring in special forces from both the GSU and from the SOG, kwa sababu hii kazi ya wizi wa ng'ombe ni kama terrorism, na vile special forces imetusaidia katika kupigana na magaidi, suluhisho ya hii wakora sugu, wale commanders wakali, we will also ask the special forces to come and support all of us, na hatuachili hii kitu. This thing we are not removing our foot from the pedal. Tutaenda mpaka hii kitu ikuwe mzuri.
Away from security and insecurity, the doctors' strike in the country officially began at 6 o'clock on Sunday as announced last week. The Kenya Medical Practitioners Union said if their demands are not addressed, doctors will suspend their services this week. The Clinical Officers Union also informed the public that the strike will continue, stating that there has been no changes so far.
Watu wa Kisii, watu wa Nyamira, na wote wameona yale ambayo madaktari wa Kisii wanapitia, na wamesema enough is enough. Tumesema kwa kimombo, what we are experiencing in Kisii County is impunity manifest, disregard of rule of law manifest, na wamekataa abadan katan kufuatilia ile tunaita CBA between us and the county governments. Kwa hivyo mgomo huu utaisha tu wakati serikali ya Kisii itasema wacha sasa tuwa promote, wacha tuwapeleke shule muhitimu ndo muhudumie wagonjwa vizuri, wacha tuwalipe on time, and most importantly, iko kitu tunaita threats and victimization ambaye hatufurahii kabisa. Wacha madaktari wafanye kazi ya kuona wagonjwa, sio kazi ya siasa, sio kazi ya kuulizwa wewe uko pande gani ndio tuone tunakufanyia nini. Na kwa hivyo mgomo officially unaanza leo, na kamilisha bila kusema ile police brutality tuliona Nairobi against union leaders is taking us way back into the dark ages, even before tuone mwanzilishi wa hii nchi Jomo Kenyatta, is taking us way back when the white man used to hunt the black man. Hiyo pia hatunakataa na ina form basis of this strike. Kwa hivyo pia hii strike ishe, wale tunaita interns ambao wana run daily activities of the hospital must be posted.
Now, the Law Society of Kenya has announced plans to file a contempt of court case against the Commissioner General of the Kenya Revenue Authority over allegations of unlawfully deducting house rent tax. Addressing the press on Monday, the president-elect of LSK, Faith Odhiambo, said there is no legal basis for the imposition of rent tax on landlords, including other government agencies. LSK also called on affected Kenyans to provide information to the Law Society of Kenya.
Kutengeneza hiyo application ya contempt against Commissioner General wa Kenya Revenue Authority. Kitu ambacho tunaomba na tunasihi wa Kenya ni waeze kututumia payslips zao ili tuone tuwe na ushahidi wa kutosha kupeleka mahakama kusema kuwa kuonyesha kuwa hiyo levy imekatwa kinyume cha sheria, kwa sababu hakuna sheria ambayo inahalilisha housing levy. Na tukipata huo mkataba, na tunaomba Wakenya watutumie kwa ile email address ambayo tumepeana, watutumie, tutaweza kuficha details zao ili hatua yoyote ya discipline isichukuliwe dhidi yao.
It has come to our attention that the Kenya Revenue Authority and other government agency have, despite the declaration of Section 84 as being unconstitutional, have continued to deduct and remit to the Kenya Revenue Authority the housing levy.
Our political leaders from both sides of the political divide continue to express support for Raila Odinga's bid for the AU Commission chairmanship. Women representatives from Uasin Gishu, Kirinyaga and Trans Nzoia spoke emphatically praising the former Prime Minister. Kirinyaga Women Representative Jane Mainanjeri called on Kenyans to put aside political differences and fully support the former Prime Minister. Uasin Gishu Women Representative Gladys Boschele also emphasized this, praising Odinga for his political roles in Kenya, including his role in promoting multi-party democracy.
Tunajua kwamba ile kazi ya AU, yule mtu ambaye aliomba ni the right honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Na wajua hata miaka imesonga kidogo, kwa hivyo tumtume kule ili aweze kuhakikisha kwamba ana represent interests za Kenya, na yeye ni Mkenya, kwa hivyo lazima tumpe full support ambayo itamwezesha kukua the AU chairperson. Na niseme ya kwamba labda hapo awali kumekuwa na tofauti za kisiasa, lakini sasa hivi tusiangalie tofauti za kisiasa, tuangalie Mkenya wetu na tuhakikishe kwamba kila mtu anampigia debe ili akienda pale aweze kuendeleza kazi yake.
Hiyo kiti ya African Union ipewe Raila Amolo Odinga. Hata mimi nakubali. Kwa hiyo, kwa sababu ni kitu imefikiriwa sana na ni kitu that italete heshima katika Kenya, na pia itaweza kumrudishia mkono Raila Odinga kwa zile miaka zote yenye aliweza kufanya kazi hapa Kenya. Mkikumbuka wakati ya multi-party democracy, wakati ya constitution making process, hata Bill of Rights yenye iko katika constitution, tunaweza kusema Honorable Raila Odinga alikuwa mstari wa mbele.
Na kwa hivyo kwa sasa, kwa sababu ile nafasi imepatikana, ni vyema pia tuweze kumpa nafasi ili pia awe kiongozi. Akiwa atapata uchairman wa nchi ya Kiafrika, mimi naona kama itakuwa ni kiti kubwa ambacho amepata, na tutakuwa pia tumefanya kitu inasemwa ni win-win situation.
There is need for gospel singers to continue serving the public with gospel songs without relying on income from those songs. This is a statement from gospel music legend and servant of God Fernie's Favor during the launch of her third gospel album. Answering questions from journalists, Favor urged them not to rely on substantial income but to work to uplift God's work. A statement comes shortly after the Music Corporate Society of Kenya distributed proceeds to gospel artists.
Ukiwa uko na Mungu ndani ya maisha, kama ukiwa umempata Yesu, jua kwamba kwa haya maisha utatoboa. Mimi kama mwimbaji wa nyimbo za Injili, kwanza huwa mara mingi naona naimba tu kwa neema ya Mungu. Simbi kwa sababu naweza, ama simbi kwa sababu natafuta fedha. Naimba ili watu waweze kujua ile kitu ambao Mungu anataka kutoka kwao, kutoka kwetu sisi kama binadamu. Kwa hivyo uimbaji wangu mimi nimeegemea sana ikuwe kama huduma. Si sema ya kwamba wale ambao wanaimba watafute pesa wanafanya makosa, lakini ningependa tu kuwahimiza ya kwamba waimbe kama huduma, kwa sababu Mungu ametuelekeza kwa nileka kwamba ukitafuta kwanza ufalme wa Mungu, hayo mambo mengine yote yatakufuata. Najua si rahisi kwa wale ambao ni waimbaji wenzangu, lakini mimi hiyo ndio kitu ambacho ningependa kuwahimizeni, ya kwamba tutafute kwanza ufalme wa Mungu katika huduma zetu na Mungu atatubariki sana. Mtu ambaye anaweza kukulipa zaidi kwa kazi ambazo tunafanyia Mungu hakuna, lakini Mungu kwa sababu ako na rekodi ya yale matendo ambayo unatenda mema, atarudi na thawabu mkononi mwake na utabarikiwa.
Our Governor Walba Otichilo of Vihiga has stated that his government has allocated sufficient funds to the education sector to sponsor education for underprivileged community students. Speaking at Mudasa School, Otichilo said that his government has improved various colleges to provide students with better educational opportunities for those unable to join universities to enhance their education through TVET colleges.
We shall continue to provide teachers, trained teachers. So we are simply saying absorb teachers who are trained and are registered by the Teachers Service Commission. And as we move into CBC, we are having capacity development of our teachers, ensure that your teachers are not left out.
That we appeal through our CS education to reconsider the stand on extending incentives to private schools, developers, and to children and parents who join private schools. These incentives can include tax exemption or lower tax rates for private learning institutions.
We are building and equipping a lot of our TVET schools so that those who can't go to universities or colleges can be able to get to our TVET institutions and be able to get technical training for themselves to create jobs for themselves. So as a county, I want to assure you that we are committed and will continue.
Sugarcane farmers from Busia County have rejected the proposal to designate specific areas known as cane zoning, fearing it may cause losses as some factories may fail to harvest their cane in time. During discussions with the Senate committee led by James Morango, they said that this action will hinder their businesses, advocating instead for farmers to have the freedom to sell their cane to any factory they choose, provided that there is a free market and their interests are addressed.
Bali kitu ambayo inaitwa zoning tutakuwa tumeisha. Why? Because zoning, unajua wanataka kuja na language ati regional zoning. The structure ya Kenya Sugar Board, Busia is not a zone. Busia is under lower western zone, which includes Mumias, Ole Pito and Busibwabu.
Hii sheria inakataa. Lakini najaribu kuregulate kusema kwamba katika eneo fulani kuna factory 3, tuwawachie wakulima hapo wenyewe wangangane na wewe na competition within there. Na hizo makaunti, governors wa hizo makaunti wakae watoe regulations ambazo zitagovern area hiyo.
Swali lile muhimu sana limekuwa hakuna kujiuliza mkulima hako wapi katika ile sheria.
Now, the youth in Kilifi County have urged the government to support their businesses, ease taxation, and help nurture their talents. These youth say they have faced challenges in registering their companies and finding markets for their products as they participated in a trade and talent exhibition in Kilifi County.
They won't register they're afraid of registering their businesses because unapata they are afraid of
the taxation and many other. So perhaps the government will look at that and help innovate, because I can see for sure that young people have various ways of survival, and honestly, if they're given a chance, they can actually do more.
There's a lot that we face as youths, and I also think that the government does a lot, but there's a gap between meeting the two. So the government has so many programs that could benefit us as youth, but it doesn't get to us. So I don't know, there seems to be a problem in communicating the programs to us and how to access these programs.
We have two kinds of youth, the skilled and the unskilled. For those who are skilled, don't have an opportunity to showcase what they have. This place is not there, but now the department is working hand in hand with the donor gap, because we have so many donor partners in the county, the CSOs, who are bringing in those ideas. So it's upon the youth to show up whenever they are called upon. And for the unskilled, we are creating platforms for them to also teach them on how they can be innovative.
The Agriculture Committee in the Senate expressed concern over the lack of a national cereals and produce board in Bungoma and called for accountability from these departments. Speaking after visiting the board committee chairman and senator for Kirinyaga County, he said it is disheartening that the planting season has begun and farmers are yet to get sufficient fertilizer.
Analyze this, but they should also open up for na ni ukweli, wakati tumekuja hapa tumepata kuna gunia 6 peke yake ambazo zimebakia kwa ile mbolea ya upanzi, na ile mbolea ambayo inafaa top dressing yenye iko pia wizara injafungua ili wakulima waweze kuchukua ile mbolea, na kuko na takriban mifuko 7,800. Kitu ambacho ningetaka kusema ni kwamba saa hii kuna mvua, hatutaruhusu, na ninataka kusema hivi kwa kitengo kinachohusika katika ununuzi na mauzo ya bidhaa ya serikali ambayo iko katika wizara ya viwanda, Kenya National Trading Corporation, kwamba wakati pesa imetengwa katika bajeti kununua mbolea, alafu nyinyi mbolea mnaleta mbolea ndogo, wakulima wanaumia, wakulima wanafinyana wakitafuta mbolea.
Wakulima walikuja wakitaraji watapata mbolea, kuna upungufu wa mbolea kutoka kwa serikali. Viongozi wa hapa wameeleza kwamba wamejaribu kila wawezalo kuhakikisha kwamba serikali inaleta mbolea wakati unaostahili, na vile vile hawa wa eneo hili waweze kusambaza ama kupeana wakulima wakati unaostahili. Sasa sisi kama Senate na tukiongozwa na mwenyekiti ni kuhakikisha kwamba sisi kama watu wa Bungoma tunapewa mbolea wakati unaostahili, na wakulima wapewe mbolea hii kwa wakati unaostahili pasipo shida yote. Kule Webuye kumekuwa na tetesi, hapa tetesi, Mianga tetesi, lakini tumeamua kwa mmoja kama Senate kwamba wiki lijalo tutamuita waziri aje ajieleze na wale ambao ununua mbolea hii kwa niaba ya serikali.
And with that, we've come to the close of today's EBN TV Prime Edition. Thank you very much for keeping me company. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. In case you missed out on Scoreboard, they're coming up next. They will tell us of how the Glasgow Olympics Indoors Championships went about, also giving us FKF results, features, as well as why in the world Manchester United did not help stop Man City in its winning streak. This and much more coming right next on the Scoreboard. I'm Consolata Chibalonza, and until next time, God bless.